Ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha, and there are times where I, as a content creator, feel compelled to discuss a certain topic, even if that topic's relevance to the viewer is of rather minimal importance. I do so in order to clarify, perhaps simplify, and provide information to those concerned. That, and let's face it, this sort of thing is extremely easy for me to do. It requires very little research on my part, and it still holds value in its own right. Low-hanging fruit? Yeah, perhaps, but it's low-hanging fruit with meaning, as it does include matters of disclosure in terms of creator sponsorships and FTC guidelines in this particular case. Also, real quick, links to the original videos, VODs, and websites sourced in this video will be in the pinned comment down below. For this topic, it will surround two other content creators whose names are familiar to followers of my channel. The first is Bluedrake42. Now, Bluedrake42 is a YouTuber with over 1 million subscribers, a co-founder of the business consulting and creator marketing team Blacksite Limited, and lead of Drakeling Labs, the development team behind the free-to-play first-person shooter game Operation Harsh Doorstop. Now, back in November 2023 and again in January 2024, I covered SIBA Games and their project Venator over their theft of Drakeling Labs assets, along with their DMCA threats and legal threats surrounding their theft of assets, in which I came to the defense of Drakeling Labs and Bluedrake42. Ironically, my coverage led to them finding even more instances of SIBA Games theft while using B-roll footage that originated from BigfryTV, which brings us to the second content creator in question, who is, in fact, BigfryTV. And while BigFry doesn't exactly need much of an introduction on my channel, given the sheer number of times he and I had worked in collaboration regarding dirty devs in the past, it still warrants providing him one. He is a YouTuber and Twitch streamer, as well as being the head of Resurgent, the development team creating the first-person shooter Transience. Now, BigfryTV and Bluedrake42 were friends at one point in time. Suffice to say that is definitely no longer the case, and that apparently happened roughly 7 months ago at the time I'm recording this video. Now, there were several things that happened that led up to that, but it is all so much creator drama that it's completely superfluous to the matter at hand. One thing I will say in regard to that is Bluedrake42 has definitely become a fan of AI. And earlier this year, he even had made now deleted announcements on social media claims that he was creating an AI channel where an AI would replace all content creators. A bold claim, to be sure, and not one that is likely to be received at all well by any content creator, myself included. Naturally, the attempt was a complete failure, because as it turns out, informed opinions and critique are not something so easily replaced by a computer algorithm. Now, BigfryTV had stated back during that time that he wanted to create a video discussing Bluedrake's plans for this creator AI, but didn't out of respect for the friendship they once had. Now, Bluedrake had blocked BigFry on social media for the interceding 7 months, only to now recently unblock him and use that previous point of contention between the two as a springboard for the current argument. Now, I am in a bit of a unique position, as both sides in this, BigFry and Bluedrake, have individually told me they respect my opinion in this matter. So let's provide some information analysis, starting with some facts that neither side has disputed. Now, BigfryTV went live on his stream, which seemingly prompted Bluedrake42 to post his video as a premiere within minutes, so this was rebutted on BigFry's stream, which I had to download a full 3-hour VOD because I didn't know which segments I would need, so thank you for that. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. So the timeline of events in question are as follows. Now, Friday, April 12th, BigfryTV receives a behind-the-scenes press packet including gameplay footage for Arena Breakout Infinite, as they were planning an announcement for a PC release of the game the following week. BigFry reviews the content he was provided and seemingly likes what he's seeing there, so he takes to Twitter about it, but can't say what game he's liking yet, because that sort of thing is usually done under a gentleman's agreement style NDA, which reputable content creators will not violate due to the likelihood of getting blacklisted as a result. The following Monday, April 15th, BigfryTV's manager informs him they have an offer for a short turnaround 60-second ad blurb for Arena Breakout with a planned publishing date of Friday, April 19th. Now, this was planned by the Arena Breakout devs as the date of their announcement in order to maximize coverage on the announcement date. BigfryTV told his manager he could accept the deal and submitted an ad read the very same day, again, April 15th. Which brings us to the point of contention. At this point, as of April 15th, BigfryTV would or could have a monetary connection to the Arena Breakout team in relation to his 60-second ad insert. Now, the timeline for Arena Breakout's announcement got messed up by IGN, who released their coverage 24 hours early on Thursday, April 18th. Partly as a result of that, BigfryTV's ad read did not receive approval for over a week after the original planned deadline of April 19th. Due to the delay, BigfryTV had been holding a video for Arena Breakout to discuss the announcement, but seemingly expecting that the 60-second ad insert that was planned to be included in the Arena Breakout video itself likely would simply not receive approval or would continue to face significant delays in the approval process, decided to stop waiting and went ahead and released his video titled Arena Breakout is Coming to PC, New Military Extraction FPS, which he posted on Thursday, April 25th. Then the Arena Breakout team came back to BigFry and approved the ad read on Friday, April 26th. So, receiving that approval at that time, BigfryTV added it as that day's sponsor. Ironically and amusingly enough, that coincided with the video Escape from Tarkov Just Killed Their Game, which covered EFT's The Unheard Edition, which is a blatant pay-to-win version of the game, which the inclusion of the ad read and the timing's irony was not lost on BigfryTV as, in his own words, "This is ironic."
Called The Unheard Edition, which is the most arrogant, pay-to-win bullshit bundle that I think I have ever seen in a video game. But before we talk about that, this one's ironic. This video is sponsored by a game that has now moved up to one of my most anticipated games of 2024, and that's Arena Breakout Infinite.
Of course, for some as yet unexplained reason, Bluedrake42 has chosen to take exception to this 7 months later and claims numerous content creators are failing to report monetary business relationships, citing the new game Delta Force as the most recent example of this. Claiming numerous creators are doing this, but throughout his entire 44-minute-long video only brings up BigfryTV and this one example of Arena Breakout of what he claims is a failure to disclose under FTC guidelines, despite stating within the video that he would be discussing multiple creators. He only mentions BigfryTV and only provides cropped evidence for this one instance. Now, I'm not going to go into the back and forth and the arguing that has taken place both within the Bluedrake video, the BigFry stream, or on social media unless it is actually pertinent to the topic at hand any further than I already have, which the topic at hand is FTC guidelines and disclosure. So, Bluedrake42's claim here, in as a roundabout way as I has ever seen in a YouTube video, is as follows. Because BigfryTV accepted the offer for the 60-second ad integration, he was under contract for Arena Breakout, meaning he had a monetary relationship with the game's developers. He then released his Arena Breakout video on April 25th without disclosing that relationship, as Bluedrake42 believes that monetary relationship exists at this point for the as-yet-to-be-released ad read and should have been disclosed in the video even though the ad read had not yet been approved. The following day, the ad read was approved and was included in a video critical of Battlestate Games and their actions, which Arena Breakout is a direct competitor to. Bluedrake42 also believes that because BigfryTV does not check the box YouTube provides for that little paid sponsorship pop-up window, that BigfryTV is also violating FTC guidelines there as well. And that is the entire situation regarding BigfryTV boiled down to its essence right there. So, let's take a look and see what the FTC has to say about it thanks to the FTC's document titled Disclosures 101 for Social Media Influencers, and the page titled aptly enough, When to Disclose, where it states, disclose when you have any financial, employment, personal, or family relationship with a brand. Financial relationships aren't limited to money. Disclose the relationship if you got anything of value to mention. Ironically enough, this also includes if you receive a review code for a game, you received a copy of that product, which is a non-financial material benefit. A perk, as it were, something that most journalism outlets and content creators don't disclose, even though according to the FTC, you are required to. Then we have how to disclose. First is place it so it's hard to miss. The disclosure should be placed with the endorsement itself. Disclosures are likely to be missed if they appear only on an About Me or profile page, at the end of posts or videos, or anywhere that requires a person to click more. Don't mix your disclosure into a group of hashtags or links, meaning make it easily apparent and not hidden away in a wall of text or hyperlinks. If making an endorsement in a video, the disclosure should be in the video, not just in the description uploaded with the video. Viewers are more likely to notice disclosures made in both audio and video. Some viewers may watch without sound and others may not notice superimposed words. So in other words, both verbally and via text on the screen is what is recommended. If making an endorsement within a live stream, the disclosure should be repeated periodically, so viewers who only see part of the stream will get the disclosure. One final note, the FTC also states don't assume that a platform's disclosure tool, like YouTube's for example, is good enough, but consider using it in addition to your own good disclosure. So, according to the FTC themselves, the disclosure needs to be placed with the endorsement. It should be readily apparent both verbally and via text, and the disclosure should not be hidden or obfuscated. Now let's see how BigfryTV disclosed his Arena Breakout sponsorship. When you go to the video, the first line of the video description is the sponsorship. It is above the fold, meaning you don't have to click more to expand the description in order to see it, which is exactly how you're supposed to do that. Now, let's see how he handles it verbally within the video.
This video is sponsored by a game that has now moved up to one of my most anticipated games of 2024, and that's Arena Breakout Infinite.
The fact that this is a sponsorship is made plain verbally and clearly. One thing he probably should do that he does not is there's no visual identifier within the video itself that this is a sponsorship. However, that text identification of the sponsorship is again in the description without obfuscation and clearly determined. In terms of FTC regulatory requirements, BigfryTV's disclosure here meets the minimum levels necessary to satisfy what the FTC requires. Additionally, Bluedrake42 believes that the checkbox YouTube provides for paid sponsorships is a requirement under the FTC, but again, according to YouTube themselves, this is an optional feature. And again, according to the FTC, they agree with YouTube that it is entirely optional. It can enhance your disclosure, but it should never be relied on as disclosure. Now, in terms of ethics and disclosure, this singular instance falls into a scenario of Schrodinger's cat, where at the time of BigfryTV's posting of the Arena Breakout video 24 hours before the 60-second sponsorship blurb, the sponsorship was completely up in the air at that point in time. It both exists and didn't at the same moment. Due to the delays caused by the Arena Breakout team, there was no reasonable expectation that the ad read would ever get approved, and it stood an equal chance of likelihood that due to the mix-ups caused by IGN, that significant portions of the ad campaign might have been refocused, refactored, or canceled pending reevaluation. A similar thing happened to me earlier this year with NordVPN, where I had accepted an ad read, submitted one, but Nord were forced to cancel their campaign. So because of that, I accepted a sponsorship deal with another VPN provider instead. But in terms of ethics, is it reasonable for a content creator to be required to disclose a possible business relationship with a company when there is a very real expectation that any potential monetary bias might not even actually exist? No, I really do not believe that to be the case. In my own opinion, that is wholly and completely unrealistic. If you know, then yes. But if it's still up in the air, if it's still undecided, if you're still waiting on the other party to confirm, then no. And yes, there are contracts signed back and forth, but these companies can pull out of these deals, and they do. It does happen. I've had it happen to me, like I said. But we can all agree that business relationships and monetary biases absolutely should be disclosed. And if BigfryTV had gotten the ad integration approved prior to the Arena Breakout video, well, then it would have been included in the Arena Breakout video by BigfryTV's own words, and this entire debate would have been moot. But what about when it's an actual business connection, not a simple sponsorship? A business connection that goes undisclosed, and it happens not once, but twice, if not more often. Well, that's exactly what happened with Bluedrake42. And back in 2021, Bluedrake42 covered the game Pandemic, developed by Affray Studios. At that time, Bluedrake42 was a 30% owner of the company Black Site Limited, the marketing company I mentioned at the beginning of this video. In Bluedrake42's video promoting this game, at no point does he inform his viewers that his company, Black Site Limited, is involved with the development of the game. At no point does he disclose to the viewer that he is one of the owners of Black Site. He just plays their trailer, which at the 18-second mark it literally states in the game trailer, in association with Black Site Limited.
Excuse me? Mr. Kettle, Mr. Pot called. He says you're black!
What? It's a turn of phrase. It has nothing to do with race.
Now, BigfryTV caught this and took it to the DMs to warn Bluedrake that this was not a good thing to do because it isn't. This would absolutely be a violation of FTC regulations. But 9 months ago, Bluedrake42 did the exact same thing again with the video game Incursion Red River, which again, Black Site Limited is directly involved with the development of that game. Now, in BigfryTV's live stream, his comment calling this out can be seen. However, it does not show up there when I went to the video myself, which I was able to confirm by asking BigFry to go and double check for me real quick if he would be so kind. He was able to confirm with me that his comment has been hidden and is no longer publicly visible, even though the comment has not been deleted. But again, his company, meaning Bluedrake, is directly monetarily involved via a direct business relationship with the developers, which is never disclosed at any point in time, which again is a direct violation of FTC guidelines. Now, we can debate ethics back and forth all day. That's the fun thing with ethics. But at the end of the day, this boils down to a those in glass houses argument in some respects, except it goes even further than that, as BigfryTV did adhere to FTC regulations in terms of disclosure, which Bluedrake42 is attempting to call him out on, and even go so far as attempt to weaponize his audience to report BigfryTV to the FTC. Again, Bluedrake42 has over 1 million subscribers, where no disclosure violation occurred. Meanwhile, Bluedrake42 seemingly made a habit of completely ignoring his own disclosure requirements. Now, he claims he didn't know, but he was informed in both of these instances, but still to this day, 3 years later and 9 months later respectively, he has not taken any steps to modify the videos in question to make certain that disclosure is made. Bluedrake42 has claimed that he's no longer with Black Site Limited. Okay, that's fine. You were at the time you made both of those videos. There is still no disclosure being made there. You have not updated things to fix your mistake. You've just ignored it. And that separation with Bluedrake42 and Black Site Limited took place well after the videos he posted, as I said. And I directly confirmed with a representative of Black Site Limited that separation began in late August of this year and was completed mid-October, barely over a month ago. So this is a very recent separation. Now, regardless, in terms of FTC compliance, BigfryTV is doing what he needs to do. He could do it better, but he doesn't need to do it better. Bluedrake42, however, is still refusing to adhere to FTC requirements on his own channel. Now, Bluedrake42 decided he wanted to weaponize his audience to have them report BigfryTV to the FTC. He put a link in the description of the video for people to use for this purpose. And everyone well knows I'm not a fan of hypocrisy, and I'm seeing a large amount of hypocrisy from Bluedrake42, who still has, to this date, refused to correct the actions of his past. So in the interest of not being a hypocrite myself, I will make sure to include that link down in the pinned comment below. I'm done with this, though. I have a review to finish. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha. I'll see you next time.